Have you ever stood in front of a mirror and felt like the reflection wasn't quite yours? Like it blinked a second too late? Or smiled before you even moved your lips? This isn't just a story, it's a warning. Because not all mirrors reflect. Some of them remember. Claire was 28, a freelance illustrator living alone after a recent breakup. She needed peace, something new. So she rented a 150-year-old Victorian house in a quiet corner of Charleston. The rent was suspiciously low, but the place looked like it came straight out of a Gothic novel. High ceilings, wooden staircases, and light that filtered through dusty windows like forgotten time. She fell in love instantly, but there was one thing. In the hallway, right between the bedroom and the bathroom, hung a mirror. Tall, framed in carved black wood, the surface flawless, too clean, too perfect. She assumed it was a leftover antique, probably valuable, but something about it bothered her. It was bolted to the wall as if it didn't want to be moved. On her second day, she texted the landlord, "Can I remove the hallway mirror? Kinda creepy, TBH." The reply came almost immediately. "Please don't touch it." That was all. No explanation, no smiley face, just that one line. That should have been the first red flag. But Claire shrugged it off. Just old people being weird about antiques, right? 3 nights in, Claire noticed something strange. She was brushing her teeth, walked past the hallway mirror and stopped. Her reflection blinked a moment too late. It was so slight she thought she imagined it. Sleep, maybe? A trick of the light? But the next night, as she passed again, her reflection smiled. Claire didn't. She froze. The kind of frozen where your lungs forget how to breathe. Her eyes widened, heart pounding in her throat, but her feet rooted to the floor, because how do you run from yourself? She looked again. The smile was gone. Her reflection looked normal. Just her, pale, confused, terrified. She forced herself to laugh it off. Probably stress, probably wine, probably nothing. But that night she had a dream. She was in the hallway, but on the other side of the mirror, looking out, screaming, but no sound came. Watching herself sleep in bed while her reflection was already awake. Claire woke up drenched in sweat. The mirror was fogged over, like someone had been breathing on it. Claire didn't tell anyone. Who would believe her? "Hey, I think my mirror smiled at me." No thanks. So she tried something else. She set up her phone on a tripod in the hallway, pointing directly at the mirror. Hit record, walked past it, sat in front of it, blinked, smiled, did nothing. Night after night, nothing happened. Until the 5th night. It was 3:17 a.m. The footage started normal. Claire sitting quietly in front of the mirror, staring into it. Still, silent. But then her reflection turned its head toward her. Claire in the footage didn't move. The reflection tilted its head. Claire's breathing stopped. Even on video you could feel it. Then the footage glitched, just for a frame. And in that split-second freeze, the reflection smiled again. But Claire didn't. Then the screen cut to black. When Claire woke up, she was lying on the hallway floor. Her head was bleeding. Her phone was beside her dead. Screen cracked. She didn't remember falling. She didn't remember anything. Except one sound that kept echoing in her mind. A voice hers, but not hers. Whispering, "We see you now." Claire panicked. She grabbed a bedsheet, threw it over the mirror, pinned it with duct tape. Went to bed. The next morning, the sheet was gone, neatly folded at her feet, like someone was tucking her in. She tried again, Nails, hooks, glue, nothing worked. Every morning the mirror stood bare, cold, waiting. Then came the dreams. Every night she'd find herself trapped inside the mirror. She'd scream, bang, claw at the glass, watching her own body move without her, smiling at strangers, painting things she didn't recognize, whispers all around. She doesn't belong out there anymore. She chose us. We remember her now. She stopped sleeping, stopped eating. She tried moving to the guest room, then the living room, then the floor, but the reflection followed. She caught glimpses of it in the screen of her phone, in the shine of a spoon, in the darkened TV screen. It was always there, and it was getting stronger. Claire barely recognized herself anymore. She hadn't slept in days. Her skin had gone pale, voice weak, eyes sunken, not from tiredness, but from being watched. Not by a person, but by something inside that mirror, something that looked like her, but wasn't. One night she awoke not in bed, but standing. In front of the mirror, her hands by her side, eyes wide open, her mouth smiling. She wasn't dreaming. She wasn't sleepwalking. She was awake, but her body was no longer hers. Then, her reflection spoke. But the voice didn't come from her mouth. It came from the mirror. It was her voice, distorted, hollow, layered with whispers. "We remember you now." Claire screamed, but no sound came. The reflection raised its hand. Claire's body followed. It touched the glass. The mirror didn't feel solid anymore. It felt warm. And then, everything went black. She woke up the next morning in her bed, sunlight spilling in through the blinds. For a moment she thought maybe it was over, until she stepped into the hallway. The mirror was gone. Not covered, not cracked. Gone. Like it had never been there. The wall was clean. No bolt holes, no scratch marks. But Claire wasn't relieved, because in her bathroom the tiny makeup mirror on the cabinet had a crack running straight down the middle. Hairline, delicate, almost invisible. Except when she looked close. Because in that crack sometimes she didn't see her own eyes. She saw someone else's, smiling. Claire moved out that same week. New city, new apartment, no antiques. But mirrors are everywhere. Elevators, storefronts, hotel rooms. And every now and then, just for a second, she catches it. That lag, that half smile, that feeling of being remembered. Not by people, but by her reflection. Because some mirrors don't reflect your image. They reflect your absence. They don't just show who you are, they show who you used to be. And if you stare too long, well, they remember. This was the story of Claire, or maybe just her reflection. Welcome to Ebon Veil, where the forgotten always find their way back.